Bacteria and archaea are both single-celled, prokaryotic organisms. Under a microscope, they can look almost identical. For a long time, they were treated as variations of the same kind of life. That view changed when their underlying chemistry and genetics were examined more closely. What appears similar on the surface turns out to be deeply different at the molecular level. Both groups trace back to a common ancestor, often referred to as LUCA. From that starting point, they diverged and developed distinct biological systems. This divergence was not random. It reflects different ways of dealing with the same fundamental constraints: energy, stability, and environmental stress. One of the earliest differences appears in their membranes. Bacteria use fatty acids linked by ester bonds. This structure is efficient and works well under moderate conditions. Archaea use a different approach: isoprene chains connected by ether bonds. These are more chemically stable, especially at high temperatures or extreme pH. Some archaea also form membrane monolayers, which further increases stability. These are not small variations, they affect where these organisms can survive. Their internal systems also differ. Many of the enzymes archaea use for DNA replication and RNA transcription resemble those found in eukaryotic cells. This is unexpected given their simple structure. It suggests that archaea are not just another group of prokaryotes, but part of a separate lineage with its own evolutionary trajectory. As these differences accumulated, their ecological roles began to separate. Bacteria spread widely across environments, soil, water, and eventually inside other organisms. They show extensive metabolic diversity. Processes such as oxygenic photosynthesis and nitrogen fixation are primarily associated with bacterial groups, and these processes have had large-scale effects on Earth systems. Archaea are also widely distributed, but many well-studied forms are associated with conditions that limit most other life. High temperature, high salinity, and acidic environments often contain archaeal communities adapted to those conditions. In addition, certain metabolic pathways, such as methanogenesis, are unique to archaea and play a role in anaerobic ecosystems. This leads to a pattern that can be described as a form of ecological competition, though not always direct. In some environments, both groups are present and interact through shared resources. In others, their physiological limits reduce overlap. Over time, this results in a partitioning of habitats. Bacteria dominate many accessible environments. While archaea are often more prominent in conditions where stability is more important than flexibility, there is also a deeper link between them. Current evidence suggests that eukaryotic cells originated from a symbiotic association between an archaeal host and a bacterial endosymbiont. The bacterial partner became the mitochondrion. This event connects both lineages directly to the origin of complex life. Recent research continues to refine this picture. Newly identified archaeal groups, particularly within the Asgard lineage, contain genes associated with cellular complexity. These findings are being used to investigate how features of eukaryotic cells may have emerged. Bacteria and archaea are not simply two versions of the same organism. They represent an early divergence that produced different biochemical systems, different ecological patterns, and different evolutionary outcomes. Their long-term interaction is best understood not as a direct conflict, but as a continuous adjustment to shared constraints, where each lineage persists under the conditions it can handle most effectively.